Hello everyone, my full name is Ngọc Duy Nguyễn, student ID S224916123. So today I will introduce you my project. It is a night tour game. So night tours game is a game where players will be given a play board. It can be either 4x4, 6x6, or 8x8. So in this play board, player will have only one a knight. It is same with the knight in chess. So the goal is to move the knight in the L shape to fit its own self in the play board exactly one. So that is when the player will be win. If they can't, they game over. So there is some functions that I use for this project. The first one is draw board is to draw the play board. Choose initial position. At this name is this function will ask user to choose the initial position of their knight. To do that, I use the function main mouse position. It is provided in the Flaskit library. So if the player click their mouse, it will be return the position of the click. So that's why user can choose the initial position. It just can click the mouse. So one special thing in this project that I do believe that it is as the XD project is that to answer the questions how we can identify it is a invalid step or valid step. So that's why I create two functions. It is valid step function and has valid moves. So the first function, for two functions, I use night tour algorithm to check if a new position is valid or not. If it is a valid, it will be return 2, or if it's not valid, it will return false. And this function is used to check if when players click to the new position, we will call this function to check if the new position is valid or not. And the second function is basically the same. So the difference here is that I use the second function to check that if there are any valid step in the play board. If this function return to false, it means that in the play board there are no valid steps. So that is when the game is over. And the next function is one of the most important functions in this project. It is the play game function. It is important because it can draw and update the play board and move the knight, and even display if you are wins or not. So firstly, I created a variables and I set con step and I set it to 1. It is the initial position. So one special thing in this project is that I use 2D matrix to store all the cell of the program is 0. It is 0 because it is not visited. It is not visited, so it is 0. So if there are any cell visited, this cell will change values by on the step, and it is not equal to 0. So it means that that cell is visited. And next we will move to the loop. So in the loop, playboard will be draw again for each loop to update step. And initially I set the variable on visited is true, and it will be used later. So when the playboard update, if there are no valid step in the playboard, it is game over. So that's why I use the has valid moves. if there are any volume step in the flavor, then user can continue to choose the new position of the knife by use the mouse position. They can click. I mean that user can continue to choose the new position by clicking their mouse, taking advantage of the methods called mouse position. Then we have two new position is new X and new Y. So this position then spot to the valid step function to check if there is a valid or not. So if they are valid, if this new position is valid, then we can move the knight to the new position, and then we plus this step 1 and set the to this matrix into step. So it means that this cell is already visited. If this new position is not true, it will return invalid move. When we move the knight, there are also two loops to look for own self in the flavor to check that if board equal to 0, it means that there are some cells that are not visited. So on visited is false. Or if it is true, it means that you win. It means that all the cells in the playboard are already visited. And the next function is user option, where you can choose this style of playboard. It can either 6x6, 4x4, or 8x8. And the last function is rules. Is the first window that I will show you is the rules, so that a player can easily understand this game. And this is the main function, where I call all of the functions together. And now I will show you how this function runs. Yes, so firstly, this is the rules window. You can read through the rules to be more understand this game. And then I press the button next. And now we can choose the size of the playboard. So for short, I will choose 4+4 size. This is the 4+4. I already choose this. This is the initial position. And then I will move the knight into the L7, and you can see that it is acceptable step. And I will try to move wrong. Yes, this is invalid move. Invalid move until I choose the acceptable one. Yes, and I will move. I continue to move until I win or game over. Yes, and now game over. This is the end of my program. If you have any questions, please ask me.